Good evening, YouTube. You guys are now watching another segment of the TheCaliEffect. Today we are going to be doing the Blue Eyes White Dragon deck profile. But before I get into the Blue Eyes White Dragon deck profile, I just want to say that this is directly after post-shining victories. There are no OCG proxies included. So if you guys would like to play the Blue Eyes deck while we await for our Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon and a couple of other cards that we will be getting, like I believe it's a Gospel card, then this would probably be a good version to start off with or to build your deck around. I'm not saying that this is a really awesome build. I'm not even saying that this is a competitive build. I'm saying that we're playing with the Blue Eyes cards that we have right now. But let's get into the deck profile. I'm going to start off with 3 copies of Blue Eyes White Dragon. There really isn't any other way to describe why I'm running 3 copies of Blue Eyes White Dragon, but I guess I can say why I'm running these versions. These are absolutely my favorite version of Blue Eyes White Dragon. They are the anniversary pack Blue Eyes White Dragons, and they are just amazing looking. I love the art. Now, we can go with 3 copies of Sage with the Eyes of Blue. This is essentially your #1 card in the deck. It allows you to search any level 1 light tuner from your deck to your hand, which is critical to getting all of your essential pieces so you can start off your combos and get everything set. It also will trigger the effect of Mating with the Eyes of Blue just by discarding her from your hand to the graveyard, so she's an awesome card. Next is 3 copies of the White Stone of Ancients. Now, the White Stone of Ancients is different from the White Stone of the Legends in the sense that it actually has a little more mobility. It allows us to special summon the Blue Eyes White Dragon from the deck during the end phase it was sent to the graveyard. Also, we can banish it from our graveyard to add a Blue Eyes White Dragon from our hand, or I just believe it's a Blue Eyes card on both sides, from our graveyard to our hand. So it's a very awesome card. It is a level 1 Dragon Tuner, so it fits with a lot of draw capabilities to the deck. Next is 3 copies of Dragon Spirit of White. Now, unfortunately, it does not have 3,000 attack and 2,500 defense, because if it did, it would combo a lot well with the Melody of Dragon Awakening and a couple other great cards. But what Blue Eye Spirit of the White does is provide us a level 8 monster that is a normal monster when it hits the graveyard, and it also provides us a Mystical Space Typhoon-like effect, being able to banish a spell or trap card when it is special summoned to our side of the field. Very awesome card. Next is 3 copies of Mystic Piper. This pretty much take forth another engine. You contribute it to draw a card and reveal it. If it's a level 1 monster, you get to draw another card. So this deck is desperately built on drawing cards, and Mystic Piper allows us to get further into our level 1 monsters, or even into cards that we need to our hand. We don't necessarily care about summoning it, because the field spell card takes care of us being able to normal summon our level 1 tuner spellcaster to get our combos going. Next is 3 copies of Mating with Eyes of Blue. This is probably going to be the most essential card in the deck right now, just because we don't have the new support. Basically, when she's selected as an attack target, you can negate the attack, switch her to defense, and then special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck, field, or graveyard, or deck, hand, or graveyard to your side of the field. The next thing is, if it's targeted by a card effect, you can special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand, field, or your hand, graveyard, or deck. It's a very good card. It's a level 1 light tuner, so it really fits well for our synchro summoning plays. 1 copy of the White Stone of Legend. Sometimes you actually do need that Blue Eyes White Dragon to your hand, so White Stone of Legend is a really good card in that essence. And then I was thinking about running like Gores, Trags, Battle Fade, or something like that, but I stuck it and I kept it really simple. I'm going to be running 2 copies of Effect Veiler. The biggest reason why I run Effect Veiler is that, yes, it doesn't have the most amazing Cosmo matchup sometimes, but it has an amazing Monarch matchup, something that this deck is crippled by. The next thing is that it's searchable by the effect of Sage with the Eyes of Blue. So it's a very amazing card in that aspect, and it provides us a sort of defense by negating the opponent's monsters' effects. That's it for monsters. Now we're going to get into spells, and I'm going to start off with 3 copies of Trade-In. We run 6 targets for trade-in, and 3 of them are searchable through the effect of so many other effects. It's just a really good card for helping us get into our draw cards faster and de-bricks our hands. 3 copies of Cards of Connaissance. Now, this card is awesome for, like I said again, getting us into our draw cards, but also getting rid of those White Stone cards we need into our graveyard. So it's really awesome for that. Next is 3 copies of Where Art Thou? Where Art Thou allows us again to get into our key pieces, our level 1 tuners, and that's really just Sage of Eyes of Blue, Priestess of Eyes of Blue, so we can get our combos and our synchro plays going. 3 copies of Mausoleum of Light. I did not like running 3 copies of this card, mainly because unlike a lot of the new field spell cards that are coming out, this card has no added ability for replacing itself, or it doesn't have any type of added ability of being in the graveyard unless you actually play burst stream of destruction, which isn't really that much of a great card, but it's very necessary to run the Blue Eyes deck. So, I mean, in this Blue Eyes deck specifically, so I had to max it out. Next is 3 copies of Terraforming. The exact same reason for Mausoleum of White. I really need that card into my hand as fast as possible. 3 copies of Silver's Cry. This special summons Blue Eyes or the Spirit of Eyes of Blue or Spirit of Blue Dragon, whatever it's called, to our side of the field since it's treated as a normal monster in the graveyard. So it really allows us to get a lot of quick plays in there, especially since I just made a punish. It is a quick play. Really awesome combos going on there. And then the last card to complete the deck is 1 for 1. That's about it for the main deck. There are a couple of things that you can edit, you can tune, but hey, I'm gonna leave that up to what you guys want to do, because there is no definitive build that I feel for Blue Eyes because it can't be competitive as of right now. But we can get on to the extra deck. Alright guys, for the extra deck, there is so much room for you guys to play your favorite cards or whatever cards you feel is amazing for this extra deck. So I'm going to just go over what's been working for me, and then there's 3 other cards that I probably would try to find room for play, or you guys could consider playing in your build. So we're going to start off with number 5 Galaxy Eyes Dark Matter Dragon. Awesome card, especially when you can get off your rank ups and summon that card, and especially when we get new Blue Eyes support, sending Blue Eyes cards to the graveyard will be even more important. But Dark Matter not only disrupts the opponent, becomes a 4,000 beater, it also allows us to get our white stones from our deck to our graveyard. Next is 1 Galaxy Eyes Full Armor Dragon. You use this to rank up on top of your Galaxy Eyes monster that you play, and then it actually provides destruction, so that's really good. Number 107 Taxion Dragon. Now a lot of people are actually running the number whatever that is 62 Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon Dragon, which is perfectly fine. I just prefer the Taxion Dragon. I think it has a little more versatility, and at the very worst it can hit for gain in itself. I'm not saying that Prime Dragon is bad, but I didn't have room to put both of them, so I went ahead and went with the number 107. Next is the Felgrand. It's probably the best rank 8 in the game. Really good, or the second best rank 8 in the game. Really good right now. Being able to negate an opponent's monster's effects and also make some of your monsters immune is really good going. It has a really good effect going for itself. But the best rank 8 that has to be number 38 Hope Harbinger Dragonic Titanic Galaxy. These effects or these names are really, really long. It really disrupts a lot of people. Sometimes when you summon this card, they're like, oh, I can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! Because you're going to snatch that spell card. I mean, it just really gets there. It's an awesome card. Next is Leo, Keeper of the Sacred Tree. The best level 10, sometimes you just need a 3,000, 3,100 attack beater that can't be targeted. That's an awesome Burning Abyss matchup. 1 Giga Cancel. Sometimes, like I said, you just need a really, really, really strong monster. And Giga Cancel can get there by gaining attack for each normal monster in your graveyard. Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. I run 2 copies of those. What you guys, it's an awesome card. This card is just really amazing. First of all, its effect isn't really used because nobody pendulum summons or summons multiple monsters, but if your opponent does, they can't summon more than 2 at a time. The next great thing about Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon is that he can tribute himself to special summon any of my light dragon synchro monsters from my extra deck to my side of the field, so his combos get really racky. His negation effect is also amazing, and he's just overall probably the best extra deck card that we have at our disposal. Next is 2 copies of Azure Eyes Silver Dragon. This is one of the cards that we can special summon through Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. So normally what we do is we make our Spirit Dragon, and then when our opponent starts to do a whole bunch of other stuff, we contribute it for the Azure Eyes. The best thing about Azure Eyes is that it can't be destroyed by card effects, so even the Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon can't destroy the Azure Eyes during the end phase. And another great thing is during our standby phase, we get to special summon that Blue Eyes that we synchro summoned forward during our standby phase, obviously. Next is Stardust Spark Dragon. Another awesome card that protects our cards, and then even when we use the effect of Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon to summon, we can use this effect to protect itself from being destroyed. Michael Lightsworn. Sometimes you just need that spot destruction, and Michael Lightsworn can allow you to morph into it through your Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Same thing with Black Rose Moonlight. I've actually used this effect on my opponent's turn plenty of times to disrupt their plays. The last card for the 15th card is Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon. You don't go into it often, but when you do go into it, you probably need it and it'll win you the game. Now, the 2 other XC monsters I was talking about that you could read is Ghost Trick Dullahan and Downer Magician. The reason why I was running him at first is because I was running Kinko Bio. I don't think it's a bad card. I just didn't like the route that it was taking me. I was like, I might as well just play Mystic Piper Blue Eyes, and then it just kind of pushed off the whole strategy in general. These cards are awesome. And if I can find a way to meld the Mystic Hyper Blue Eyes deck core, or the deck strategy that I was running about a couple of years ago, then these would be awesome additions because it allows me to run Blackluster Soldier and Chaos Sorcerer more effectively. Well, thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the Cali Effect. If you guys would like to get your best deck boxes and binders ever to protect your cards, Ultimate Guard is probably the way to go. You've been seeing it right there. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy.